The views and opinions expressed on the Hard Time Podcast are of the hosts and guests individually. The Hard Time Podcast is for entertainment purposes only and is not affiliated with any entity, agency, or department. Human beings have thoughts and feelings that do not necessarily affect the professional performance of their duties.
Welcome once again to another episode of Hard Time. I'm your host, Jake Motherfucker Welder, and my special guest rejoining me is Madge.
Hi.
And
what's up, motherfuckers?
And after the popularity of our last What Are You In For? World's dumbest and most idiotic crimes of inmates, we're here to do part 2. We probably have enough to do a part 3, honestly. So we'll see how much we get to this evening. We're going to do start off featuring the UK, and then we're going to go from there and get into some American criminals and then just criminals from around the world. So some of these articles do have a little bit of overlap, so the numbers won't be quite jive, but you know, 13 here, 10 there, 8 in another one, or whatever, but there will be a little bit of overlap. So, but yeah, you've been here before, and if you haven't watched the first episode, go back and watch that one first.
Do it. You can do it.
So we've got about 500 views on that one.
Hey.
And
Fuck yeah.
So we can sort of rookie numbers, we can pump those numbers up, guys. So appreciate everybody's support. And without further ado, we'll get into the 13 of the world's most stupid criminals. This article comes from BBC News, April 2016. So just after I started my career in corrections. But this article is by Emma Ailes. All right. All right, here we go.
Let's go.
2 men from Skegness, Lincolnshire, who took photographs of themselves stealing thousands of pounds of gambling machines, have been sentenced by a judge at Bradford Crown Court. Benjamin Robinson, 30, was jailed for 32 months, while David Hutchinson was given a 6-month suspended sentence after he admitted taking the cash. But they were not the first criminals to hoist their own petard, as the following cases illustrate. I don't speak, a lot of UK slang.
That is.
Yeah. So this is Andrew Hennell's Doing Tesco Over.
He really does. He's even got the jumpsuit flapped up collar.
Right. Looks like he's wearing an Adidas tracksuit. So, he's a degenerate. Armed robber Andrew Hennell's caught off guard as he boasted on Facebook about his plans to raid a supermarket in a post which included a selfie, a picture of a knife, and the word "Doing Tesco Over." The words.
Gosh, he would have loved Snapchat.
Police caught him 15 minutes later with a knife and 410 pounds in cash stolen from a Tesco in Kings Lynn, Norfolk. He was jailed for 4 years. So,
and I say Snapchat because he looks like the kind of guy that would be like, "Do you want to see my dick on the inside of my tracksuit?" Nobody
wants to see that. Especially the CEOs working the showers in Lincolnshire. Goldilocks burglar caught napping.
Oh, shit.
A retired couple from Lancashire returned home from holiday in 2014 to discover a burglar fast asleep in their bed. Martin Holtby and Pat Dyson were amazed to find the intruder, Lucas Chinowski, Polish last name, had done their dishes, washed his underwear, and even bought some groceries. Mr. Dyson said their house wasn't too tidy when they went away, but Chinowski, who was originally from Poland but moved to Leeds, had kindly tidied up. It's thoughtful of him. Oh. He did burn an old saucepan but that happens, she added. Janoski, then 28, admitted burglary and was given a 2-year conditioned discharge in order to pay £200 costs. So he had to replace the pan, but
you know what? He's probably got some sweet but slightly crazy mama at home, and he just like, you know what? I'm not gonna harm anybody. I'm just gonna take care of it. Like sleeping in my bed. I cross his line. I have like a photo. What is it called?
photographic
Memory. Yeah. And give me a nightmare. Roll over every time. Imagine that person in my bed. It's a hard no for me.
And I'm guessing that conditional discharge and sentence, means he was on parole or whatever their version of that. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, Phyllis was found asleep in their bed.
I hope that he finds somewhere to live.
What the article doesn't say is he tried each of the beds in the house. He said this one's too firm and this one's too soft until he found the right bed. Yes. So, and then he made porridge, of course.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
All right. The next one is the bird-brained prank. This comes from Australia, the land down under, Shorty Rides territory. This is 2 Welsh tourists land themselves in court in 2012 after they got drunk and stole a penguin called Dirk from SeaWorld in Australia. Rhys Owen Jones, 21, and Kerry Mules, 20, from South Wales. Really? Wales? Broke into the park on Queensland's Gold Coast, swam with the dolphins, let off a fire extinguisher in the shark enclosure before making off with poor Dirk. When they woke up hungover with the flightless bird in their apartment, they tried their incompetent best to care for him by feeding him and putting him in the shower, the court heard. Oh. They later released Dirk into a canal, but he were spotted by locals who called police. A magistrate fined them 1,000 Australian dollars, or 637 pounds, British pounds at the time, each, and told them to drink a little less vodka. Dirk was rescued and returned to SeaWorld unharmed.
That's like a strict dad talk. That's not a punishment.
Yeah, they had to pay a fine and stop stealing birds in tuxedos. They got the tisk.
Poor Dirk.
I look like James Brown on the run. Here's a better photo. That one is terrible. A man suspected of arson and vandalism sent a selfie to police in Ohio in the U.S. because they found the photo of his arrest warrant to be unflattering. Donald Chip Pugh texted police a photo of himself and wrote, "Here's a better photo. That one is terrible."
Oh my God.
He told the local radio station, "Man, they did me wrong. They put a picture out that made me look like a Thundercat or James Brown on the run. I can't do that." Lima Police Department responded by saying, "We thank him for being helpful, but we would appreciate it if he would come speak to us." He was later arrested in Florida.
Wow.
He's considered a Florida man.
He's really creepy, actually.
Yeah, neither picture is good. Sorry, man.
If he came up to me, I'd be like, "You need to back off or I'm going to punch you in the throat." He just does. He has that face. Look at his eyeball.
Right. Going international again for our next one. The terrorist who claimed his own reward. Fucking genius stroke.
Let's go.
Officials were left baffled by Afghan Taliban commander who gave himself up. He then tried to claim the $100 reward for his capture. Mohammed Ashan, a mid to low-level Taliban commander, was suspected of organizing attacks on U.S. and Afghan troops in the east of the country. According to reports, he walked up to a police checkpoint in 2012, pointed to a wanted poster featuring his face, and asked for the $100 finder's fee. Authorities were at a loss to explain his actions, although one U.S. official reportedly told journalists, "Clearly, this man is an imbecile."
Oh my Wow.
Oh shit.
It's like those people that accidentally join search parties for themselves.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of like.
Well, it reminds me like of there's been several incidences of people that have like tattoos of their last name on their arm or their two last names, as it may be. Just trying to guess who the father is, I guess. But they end up it's their two best guesses tattooed on their forearms. As far as their mother can recollect. But we had an inmate that actually came in. He had a tattooed. His name was tattooed on his face, and we came in on a warrant, but he was charged with concealing ID. And I'm like, really?
I'm sorry, you can't see my eyes. It's
really, man.
Ridiculous.
There's a fucking your name is tattooed on your fucking face. As you're trying to tell the cops, no, I don't have a warrant. That ain't me, man. Fucking stupid.
But yeah, I was going to explain. I was going to word blabble. Word blabble? What the fuck is even that? Anyways, continue.
Don't move. I have a cucumber. A man who tried to rob a Glasgow bookmakers while armed, in quotes, with a cucumber, came unstuck when he tackled to the ground by an off-duty police officer. He asked if it was his pocket or he was just happy to see him. Carrie Ruff brandished the vegetable covered in a black sock at a female worker in Lansbrook in Shettleston and demanded cash, which she refused. Ruff, who was then pinned down by the officer and arrested, he initially told police it was all a joke before inquiring, Am I getting the jail for this?
Getting the jail?
That's what the quote says. I just read it. It sounds like Borat. Am I getting the jail for this? Was a joke. In my country, number one joke. Number two joke, cucumber in pants. He was indeed jailed at the High Court in Glasgow in 2014 after admitting assault with intent to rob.
I'm impressed that you remember that because, you haven't watched that in the 10 years that we've been together. So that's impressive to remember. Just
Sometimes my recall is decent. Catch me if you can. A criminal took on the ill-advised approach of taunting Gwent police when they posted a Facebook appeal to trace him last February. Logan James, then 19, so he's got life figured out, I'm sure,
obviously,
from Caerphilly, was wanted for breaching his prison release terms after serving a sentence for wounding, affray, common assault, and being in possession of a knife. It's probably a butter knife. Haha, catch me if you can. You won't see me slipping, James taunted, later telling a news agency, I've been walking around near home, so they're not trying too hard to catch me. He was caught later that day. Police thanked him for drawing attention to our efforts to return him to prison. Another genius Facebook crime.
Why are young children so incompetent? Just absolutely so incompetent. I'm not saying that I'm not, but
I was going to say that cucumber crime reminds me of when I was on one of my trips to New York. There was people from all over the country that were working with me on a project, and there was this kid, I mean, he must have been 18, 19, from Oklahoma or some shit, and he had like the full Stetson hat. He was wearing a cinch shirt and jeans, plaid shirt and jeans with a bolo tie. Yes. He had the belt buckle and I'm sure some kind of expensive cowboy gear.
Obviously the spurs, the buckle, all of it.
Boots, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing wearing that? I'm like, dude, you're going to get rolled so quick. Like, you need to go fucking change. He's like, this is all I got is different versions of this. And I'm like,
different versions?
I'm like, yeah, different colors and shit. And I'm like, dude, like, you need to go to the fucking store and buy some normal clothes. Like, just buy like some t-shirts and a ball cap or something. Like, you can't walk around like that, dude. And I had to go get something from my room, and he was standing out on the road, on the street, because you could see from the apartment, like you could see across Battery Park, you could see the Brooklyn and stuff from there.
Hmm.
He's standing out there. I'm gone for 10 minutes. I come back, no hat, no belt buckle. They left him his boots. But somebody had stolen from this dude. I'm like, what the hell happened, man? I was gone for 10 minutes. And he's like, this guy, he's like, you were right. This guy robbed me at gunpoint. And I was like, did you see the gun? Or did they do one of these? And he's like, oh shit. So he got robbed probably at Finger Point, almost immediately upon arrival to the big city. So, I mean, over the course of several years going in and out, I never had any problems. But yeah, this dude was, yeah, I was like, what the hell, man?
Wow. I feel like I'm very happy that I would know the difference. Grab your cucumber, shove it in your fucking eyes, back in the face with it. The fuck you doing? Waste my goddamn time, fucking cucumber.
Right. What kind of, comment below what kind of root vegetable you'd like to use for your next crime. Hapless holdup. A hapless holdup of a newsagent in Oxfordshire was captured on CCTV in 2012. During his attempted heist, James Allen removed it, fell over a drinks display, and then could not open the door to escape because he was pushing it instead of pulling. The lady
when that shit happened.
The lady had just held up with a toy gun had to come and open it for him.
Oh,
Not only that, but he had also tried to rob the same shop 10 days earlier. Allen, then 29, prefrontal cortex allegedly almost fully developed at this point.
I don't think so.
Of no fixed address. So he's one of the outdoor people.
He's probably
differently housed. Was sentenced to 3 years in prison, so 3 hots and a cot, for the offense shown in the video, and 2 years for possession of a firearm or imitation firearm to run concurrently. So yeah, in most states it doesn't matter if it's a imitation, replica, however they word it, firearm, could be a BB gun or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's still, if the person feels like it's a weapon, it's aggravated or armed robbery, or if you threaten to harm them sometimes. So,
well, hopefully he got some mental motherfucking help.
I doubt it. Bagman, Badman. The aptly named Christopher Badman from Bridgend in South Wales used a carrier bag on his head to disguise when he burgled a hotel in a nearby Porthcawl during its annual Elvis Presley convention. Unfortunately for him, he was captured on CCTV taking the bag off his head and looking towards the camera.
Oh, Jesus.
He had gone to some trouble to disguise his identity, but once the bag was off, of course, his cover was blown, said police, who then traced him.
I want to know why he chose a bag.
I don't know.
Fuck. Of all things?
Badman admitted burglary and was ordered to pay £900 costs and a £100 surcharge.
Alrighty then. Alrighty then. I couldn't do it. That dude is good.
Oh, yeah, he should have done it disguised as Elvis. He missed an opportunity there.
Honestly, truly, what is going on?
All right, left hanging. A burglar in China had to be rescued after his attempt to squeeze through a small 5th floor window of an apartment block left him dangling. It took rescuers 30 minutes to free him. He was eventually handed over to police.
What embarrassing. Oh, yeah. That would be something that would happen to me. Or like back in the day, back in like the 90s. It just sounds like such a What the fuck am I trying to say? Like a scary movie.
It
thing.
reminds me of like Jackie Chan's early films, like trying to squeeze through bars and shit like that, but
That chick
getting stuck
between shut the fuck.
Bank robber, the bank robber who gave his address. An aspiring bank robber who wore a terrible disguise of sunglasses and socks over his shoes gave the cashier his full name and address half an hour before he attempted to hold the branch up. Dean Smith, then 27, went into his local branch of Barclays in the Welsh village of Treachery. Treorchy. To change his address and spotted cash in the tills. He returned in disguise and demanded the money, but fled empty-handed when the cashier refused. Police had little difficulty tracking him down.
I feel like he kind of got two different types of robberies mixed together when it came to his outfit. Because I feel like socks over your shoes would be cool if you were doing like an outdoor of a house burglary.
Right, but you're still gonna. You may not know what the tread is, but you're still.
I mean, yeah. But
or
like,
what style shoe, I guess it is, but still gonna know what size it is. Like,
true, but
it's fucking stupid.
Anyways, it's fucking stupid.
He admitted he'd been very stupid and jailed for 2.5 years for attempted robbery and carrying a bladed weapon in 2014. So, yep, he was. He had to explain that to a cell block of his peers why he got caught.
What a loser.
Foiled by the auto lock. A suspected car thief in Pretoria, South Africa, was foiled when the auto lock system of the car he allegedly broke into trapped him inside. According to the Star newspaper, the man was stuck for an hour and a half shouting for help while abused passersby pointed and laughed. The newspaper reports when the owners of the car returned, she yelled, "What are you doing in my car?" before unlocking it, at which point officers from Pretoria Central Police Station promptly arrested him.
You know what? That would be scary as fuck. That gives me, like, I have so much anxiety as it is. But can you imagine being locked inside a car? Like, especially a car that you're not supposed to be in? I'd be throwing up everywhere.
Yeah.
I would have the nervous shits thrown up everywhere. Wouldn't be for me.
It reminds me of the story of a person whose wife called him and said that she was locked inside their vehicle at the store and asked her husband what to do. And he's like, "Babe, put the car in park." The car was still in drive and running, and that's why she couldn't get out.
You know what? I've been tired enough. I've been tired enough that I've gone and like not put my car in park and like took my seatbelt off and got out of the car. But my car doesn't even lock like that, or maybe it does. I don't know. But I've dead ass done that.
Well, I mean, I felt
seatbelt thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've locked myself out of cars several times. Like, it happens, and I had one vehicle that would like sometimes not go all the way into gear. When you went to go put it in park, it would stay in reverse, and the car wouldn't move if you were on fairly level ground. But then you try to turn it over and it's not in park, so the car won't start. So I thought my car was dead a few times.
I've had my car almost 11 years and I have never locked the keys in it. But
okay, smartphone stupid robber is the last one from this series. Not the first to be caught by a selfie and probably not the last. Ashley Keast, a boy named Ashley, used a stolen SIM card to stamp a self-portrait inside a house he was burgling. The Rotherham man then posted the picture on the WhatsApp Messenger application, but also unknowingly sent the picture to the victim's work colleagues.
Oh shit.
Officers found him at his home with a stolen Rolex watch worth £4,000 hidden behind a radiator. Keast Then 25, was jailed for 2 years and 8 months in 2014 after he admitted the burglary.
Wow. What a fucking retard.
That looks like an original iPhone or something.
Yeah, it kind of does. Or it's a BlackBerry swipe up kind or something like that.
Yeah, it's a grainy picture. It's hard to tell. I didn't
It's
upload the
stupid ass,
pictures
and
and
he's wearing
stuff.
a wife beater, looking like a fucking stupid ass boy.
Okay, 10 of the stupidest criminals of all time. This is from How Stuff Works online. Cale Haversford. Being a criminal is certainly not an easy life, but as a result, some people aren't suited for a career of misdeeds. Most people avoid it because they have strong moral compass, while others are forced into the lifestyle. Nobody's forced into it, but are simply too stupid to pull off illegal acts successfully. The latter group of people that this article will focus on, these individuals attempted a life of crime, but their failed attempts taught them very quickly it wasn't their calling in life. Or they never got the fucking message. All right. Manga. On a sunny day in March, Manga, a 17-year-old boy in Omaha, Nebraska, of some sort of odd descent, decided to stick
broke tooth. It's that real nice.
Stick a gun in the face of a woman who was taking her son to school, demanding that she give him her car. She, of course, obliged, and the boy was about to take off when he realized the car had a manual transmission, which he was unable to drive.
Pussy.
He didn't have a daddy to teach him. He tried to fumble around with the controls, but after moving the car only a matter of yards in a few minutes, he decided to bolt on foot and was eventually caught by authorities.
Wow,
so
what a sad and uneventful event.
Yeah, the car was equipped with a millennial theft prevention device.
Oh my god. It's too bad he wasn't next to a bunch of hills. He could have just rolled down them. Loser.
Number 9, Derek Mosley. Planning is hugely important when trying to pull off a crime and is essential to the success of the act, that every detail be well thought of in advance. But Derek Mosley didn't place very high importance on these things before he decided to rob a gun store armed only with a baseball bat. Seeing as it was a gun shop, the manager pulled a gun on the would-be robber and kept him in the crosshairs until authority arrived, or more likely sights. Probably not crosshairs.
Unless it's like a fucking granny, and then even then, she's probably fucking packing. Why? Why?
Yeah, fucking stupid.
Oh my goodness.
Joey Miller and Matthew McNelly. These men were behind likely the worst and least thought of disguises in the history of crime. When committing their misdeed, they didn't use the masks, hoods, or baklavas typical of most criminals, but instead chose to draw on their faces with permanent marker.
Sounds like something some stupid 12-year-olds would do.
So they're essentially doing blackface. While it may have made them hard,
do that.
It may have made them hard to recognize during the crime, permanent marker is, as the name suggests, notoriously hard to remove, which left the men extremely easy to identify when the police were looking for the culprits. Imagine that lineup. The dumb stunt earned the nickname Dumb and Dumber.
So ridiculously stupid.
The next one is Mark Smith. Breaking into homes can be tiring work, but most criminals are smart enough to wait until they get home before taking a nap. So that might have been the one we talked about. Or no, this is a different one. He decided to break into a home, and since he was likely feeling the effects of the drugs and alcohol he had consumed, curl up for a nap in the homeowner's bed. He was woken by the local police and sentenced to 18 months. So he actually did time in jail. Doesn't say where that was, but yeah. This guy's got just a stupid sounding name, Klaus Schmidt. In August of 1995, a man in Berlin decided to rob a bank with a handgun. Now, this acted out like a pretty standard bank robbery until the tellers asked him, "Do you need a bag?" To which Schmidt responded, "You're damn right. It's a real gun." This made it obvious to the tellers that the robber was deaf. With this new realization, they sounded the alarm, which notified police because he couldn't hear the fucking alarm. While Schmidt was none the wiser, in a funny twist, Schmidt later sued the bank for apparently abusing his disability.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
Oh, fuck.
That's so great. Could you imagine just like, what the fuck are you all looking at? You heard what I said.
It's like that movie Take the Money and Run when he uses the shoe polish gun. That's what it reminds me of. James Blankenship, while attempting to break into and rob his own mother's home during broad daylight, James Blankenship got spooked and went to hide in the crawl space. When apprehended by police, Blankenship was extremely stunned because he didn't think it was possible to be arrested for burglary during the day.
Where the fuck is my hair tie? Sorry.
That's right. This guy thought he couldn't be arrested for burglary because it wasn't nighttime. It was also his mom's house. I mean, you could have argued you were allowed access. I don't know.
Yeah. That's
It's like I have on this cup. It says, "I can't fix stupid, but I can cuff it."
yes, exactly.
He's pretty fucking stupid. James Blankenship.
That sounds just like something that your parents would say.
Oh my God. Darren Kimpton. One of the keys to success when completing a burglary is to pick the right target. The best target is like an empty house, while pretty much the worst possible target would be a house full of police officers. Well, the latter is exactly what Darren Kimpton decided to choose. The house he selected as his target was already burgled earlier in the evening, and thus police officers were already on the scene when Kimpton tried to break in.
Can you imagine all the advices?
Also, Kimpton tried to rob a separate house earlier in the day, but cut himself and fled. However, he left a trail of blood at the scene and could therefore be identified in that crime too. When they said it was full of cops, I just like pictured a scene out of like Police Academy or something, or like The Naked Gun, you know. Just
I just imagine all of their voices like, are you serious right now? I've seen some of those clips on like Instagram of people doing stupid shit.
Okay, this guy sounds like he's on one of the cast of characters in the book Holes. Ruben Zarate. In 2008,
Ruben.
which is probably close to the right time, an 18-year-old man named Ruben Zarate attempted to rob a muffler shop in Chicago. Demanding money, he was told most of the cash was stored in a safe that could only be opened by the manager, who wasn't scheduled to come in until a few hours later. To have himself some trouble, Zarate left his cell phone number for the store to call him back once the manager arrived. Of course, the store first called the police and then called Zarate back. When he came back and noticed the police were waiting for him, he engaged in a brief shootout with the cops before eventually being arrested. Here's my digits, just in case.
Can you call me? Just
give
me a call back when he gets in the office.
And this is 2008. I don't know how well they could trace the call back then, but yeah, they fucking retard.
2008.
Well, maybe your sister knows him. He's from Chicago. Inside joke, folks.
Chicago is fun.
They love me in Chicago.
Me in Chicago.
Albert Bailey. In 2010, Bailey, an unarmed juvenile accomplice, decided to rob a bank in Fairfield, Connecticut. But in an attempt to speed up the process of the crime,
We already did that one.
no, Bailey called the bank in advance to let them know that he was coming to rob it.
Okay, so it's just another retard.
His obvious intent was to give the bank plenty of time to get the money ready so that he could just pick it up and leave quickly. Of course, the bank decided to call the authorities and notify them of the robber's arrival, and the two men were arrested by police without incident.
What did they think this was? The old times? We're coming, Jimmy. You better have my money. Some shit like that. What a fucking pack of troglodyte.
Connecticut.
Just a fucking pack of them.
And the number one world's dumbest criminal, according to this article, is Dennis Hawkins. The stupidest criminal out has got to be Dennis Hawkins, a 48-year-old man who tried to rob a bank in Pittsburgh. A bank in Pittsburgh. Hawkins clearly didn't get the memo about needing a good disguise that can quickly blend into the crowd after the crime, as he chose a woman's blonde wig, fake breasts, and bright clown pants.
Oh, wow.
Even worse still, in his failed attempt to pretend to be a woman, he didn't take the time to shave his facial hair. As if the man wasn't noticeable enough, he drew even more attention to himself when he tried to steal a car from a nearby gas station, where the attendant called the police, who apprehended Hawkins soon after.
It just sounded like a full-blown clown, car and all.
There's the picture.
Where did you Google that? Because nowhere. That's just...
I mean, he could have gotten away with the mustache, but the full goatee is a little too
asked
much.
A small child, what do you think I could get away with? What should I wear? And they're like, this.
Dennis Hawkins.
It's like how Olive, her daughter, obviously her daughter.
Okay, nextluxury.com.
Oh, sounds spicy. Welcome to Next Luxury. Ooh.
All right. World's dumbest criminals who failed spectacularly.
Let's hear
it. History is full of mastermind. This is by Devo Bath. History is full of mastermind criminals who transcend time, such as Pablo Escobar, D.B. Cooper, and Al Capone. While they're all notorious criminals, they were highly successful, at least for some time. They committed murders, robbed banks, and blew up restaurants. But for every intelligent criminal, there are 10 dumb ones. For this article, looking for some of the dumbest criminals of all time. History is full of dumb criminals who couldn't escape the crime scene, even if the police helped them. Some taunt the police with easily traceable emails or leave a trail of clues that lead police straight to them. The really dumb ones get foiled by ordinary household items or because they're gassy after eating beans for breakfast. Yes, farts have helped police catch criminals.
What? How?
So the first one, clothes hamper foils home intruder. He was a man. He didn't know how to use the hamper. Most people get a scary guard dog or an elaborate security system to protect their homes. Apparently, a clothes hamper is just as effective. In Mesa, Arizona, burglar Michael Trias attempted to break into a house. Trias broke a window, jumped through, and fell into a clothes hamper. However, the homeowner was in the washroom when he heard a strange sound. He entered the other room to find Trias caught in the clothes hamper, consisting of netting and PVC. The homeowner helped untangle Trias from the hamper as they waited for police. The police charged Trias with second-degree burglary, criminal damage, and felony stupidity.
That's very embarrassing. That sounds like something that would happen to me.
There's something that would happen to our youngest daughter. Police catch criminal because of loud fart. Clever criminals know how to go to the bathroom before committing a crime and avoid gassy food. A man in Missouri learned the importance of going to the washroom the hard way. In 2019, Missouri man wanted for possession of a controlled substance, a gaseous substance, fled into the woods to hide from police. However, the police found the gassy man when he let out a loud fart. Not only did the cops arrest the farting man, but they trolled him online by posting social media about the incident.
You know, I don't have a gallbladder anymore, so it happens. But what an awful way to get caught.
Couldn't have gotten away with silent but deadly. Shoplifter caught after flirting with cashier. In Scotland, Aaron Morrison walked into a local liquor store and stole a bottle of vodka. Really? Vodka in Scotland. He deserves to be jailed.
Terrible.
Before escaping with the bottle, Aaron decided to chat with the cashier. After some innocent flirting, he left his name and phone number with the pretty girl. Unfortunately for Aaron, she told the police exactly where to find him and the stolen bottle. He's planning their first date from his jail cell.
Aw. Well, maybe he'll work it out and they'll end up falling in love with some weird shit.
Should probably visit him.
Right? Honestly.
Oh, and it gets better. Drunk driver mistakes police station for hotel. In 2009, Mitchell Deslat hit the road after a few drinks in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay.
He was traveling between the parishes. Since he was in Baton Rouge, he decided to drive to the nearest hotel and book a room. It turned out young Mitchell was so drunk, he entered a police station thinking it was a hotel. This is a shitty Motel 6, man. He tried to book a room at the station despite being highly intoxicated. They didn't have any rooms, but happily gave him a cell. He has yet to write his Yelp review.
not the Yelp review.
I always tell inmates to leave us a good Yelp review. I'm curious if we actually have one at my facility. Burglar leaves a trail of M&Ms leading to his location. So this is apparently E.T.
Like they were in his backpack and they was falling out of a hole or something.
I don't know, but it reminds me of like E.T. and the Reese's Pieces.
I have cheesecake.
It didn't take Columbo to crack this case. In 2010, drunken teen Stephen Crane broke into the offices of a Montana newspaper, the Raleigh Republic. Crane sounds like socialist anyways. Crane used their computer to check his Facebook and watch adult movies. He couldn't watch his favorite movies without snacks. Luckily, he found an M&L trail mix nearby and enjoyed them so much he took the M&Ms back to his sister's apartment. The police located Crane within minutes as he left a trail of candy from the newspaper to his sister's front door.
It's like Hansel and Gretel. But so dumb. Ow. Just ow.
All right. A German bank robber caught after emailing police. One thing's for sure, this 19-year-old bank robber is no Zodiac killer. If the Zodiac killer had an email account, it would have been a lot easier to catch him. In 2010, a young teen robbed a bank in a small German town, escaping in his car. 1 week later, he emailed the police and 2 newspapers to correct some information. He mocked police for getting his height, age, accent, and mode of escape wrong. The German authorities got the last laugh when they traced his email to a gambling hall in Hamburg and arrested him.
I feel like that's something that you watch in a movie and then think, oh, that's a really good fucking idea. I should do that. But also I've seen people I've heard of people that have done that on Facebook, comment on their own stuff.
Yeah. It's happened a few times just in this episode already.
Alrighty, guys. Well, Madge has to go be a mom. So it was so nice laughing with you guys about absolute retards. And hopefully I'll catch you guys again. Bye.
All right. We will soldier on without Madge. Criminal on the run hides in prison. It's tough finding a good hiding place these days. Just ask Blake Leak. After Leak stole from a local mini mart in Ossing, New York, he needed to find a good hiding place since the police were hot on his trail. Luckily, the cops lost him in the streets when they took a nasty fall. Leak took advantage and hid in a large building. Leak's luck ran out because he had actually broken into Sing Sing prison to hide. He ended up staying longer than he had planned. Okay. So it has the car thief in South Africa that got caught in his car. It also has the vain criminal who didn't like his mug shot there. All right. Number 10. An intruder breaks into a house to shower. He didn't make a clean getaway. A woman in Nashville, Tennessee was sleeping peacefully when an intruder broke into her home at 2 in the morning. The terrified woman feared the worst and waited for the intruder to find her. Instead, he hung out for a bit, drank some iced tea, and took a shower. Luckily for the resident, he took a really long shower. He enjoyed his shower and thoroughly cleaned his body, giving her more than enough time to phone the police, who arrived just as he was drying off. Oh, 11. Killer's tattoos crime scene on chest. He's up in the ante here. He really is. In 2004, gang member and Mensa member Anthony Garcia shot John Juarez outside a liquor store in California and almost got away with it. He made one fatal flaw, though. Garcia got an accurate tattoo of the crime scene, including the Christmas lights and bent light post in the parking lot. He thought he was clever by replacing the victim with Mr. Peanut. 4 years later, police pulled Garcia over for driving with a suspended license. After taking pictures of his body, the detective assigned to the 2004 shooting noticed the tattoo on Garcia's chest in a photo. It was such an accurate tattoo that the detective considered it a confession, and Garcia was put on trial for murder. Oh, fucking hell. Yep, that's stroke of fucking genius, man. Oh, shit. This is the top10s.com. Top 10 dumbest criminals of all time. Dennis Hawkins and the one in drag. We discussed that. Oh, Michael Baker, number 2. Michael emptied out the gasoline from a police car and took a picture. So he had photographic evidence. He might have gotten away with it, but he posted the picture on Facebook. The cops found out and arrested him pretty quickly. He would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that meddling Facebook. Darren Kimpton. This bonehead attempted to break into a house that had already been burglarized and the police were inside. Okay, we did that one. Manga, we did. Albert Bailey. And called ahead. Zachary Tentoni, number 6. He stole a woman's wallet in 2013 and left 2 bags of his own during the process. One of the bags contained his fucking birth certificate and a letter from his mom. He made it easy for the cops who carries around their birth certificate. Oh, Ruben Zarate did the muffler store. Klaus Schmidt, we did that one. Number 9, John Wilkes Booth. John Wilkes Booth was an American stage actor who assassinated President Abraham Lincoln at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. on April 4th, 1865. He was a Confederate sympathizer and part of the plot to revive the Confederate cause by eliminating the Union leadership. Booth was killed 12 days later after a nationwide manhunt. Number 10, Estela Marie Ruiz. She stole 50 credit cards and used them just 50 yards away. It was enough time for the cops to arrest her. Reginald Peterson. He was so upset. His spicy Italian sandwich didn't include mayonnaise and mustard, he ordered. He called 911 over 3 times to complain about it, demanding the police fix his sandwich mistake. On the 3rd call, he was wondering what was taking the cops so long. When they finally arrived, they arrested Reginald Peterson for misuse of 911. So tying up the 911 line ties to talk about a sandwich is just totally absurd. There are well more than 10 on here. 12, Art Price Jr. His neighbors recorded him naked on his porch with his penis inside the umbrella hole of his picnic table, having sex with the picnic table. His name is Art Price, but he was not classy. Randy Washington. After successfully robbing a Chicago bank, the dumbass actually called a local radio station to brag about the robbery. And when he did that, with his share of the loot. What he did with his share of the loot. Not surprisingly, he was arrested after putting his foot in his mouth on the air. Next is Mac Yearwood. He was wanted for assault. He actually used the wanted poster police made of him as his Facebook profile picture. When he got arrested, a bag of weed dropped from his pocket, just to add insult to stupidity. Joey Miller. These 2 numbskulls got into an argument while in disguise. How were they caught? They tried to disguise themselves with permanent marker on their faces. So I think we talked about that one. Eddie Wan, a registered sex offender from Florida. Eddie Wan crawled under the library tables at Florida International University to smell the feet of a young female student. He became known as the Florida Feet Sniffer. The fucking Florida man strikes again. Christian Wood Chandler, 17. Christian Weston Chandler, formerly known as Christian Weston Chandler. Christine Wesley Chandler, formerly known as Christian, is widely unknown online, known as Chris Chan, an American internet personality with the creator of the web comic Sunichu. She gained widespread attention in 2007 after becoming the target of internet trolls, which led to years of online harassment and public scrutiny. Chandler came out as a trans woman in 2014, having previously identified as a tom girl, and started cross-dressing in 2011 to 2021. She was arrested on charges of incest involving her elderly mother, but the case was dismissed in 2023. Chandler has been heavily criticized for showing frequent signs of mental instability and going on long tangents, often being considered a lolcow due to her unhinged rants and general inability to take accountability for her actions. That's just gross. Incest with your mom as a transvestite. Just, ugh. Joshua Basso. He called 911 to ask female dispatchers to have phone sex with him. Classy. Lorenzo Riggins. He ordered 7 McDoubles at McDonald's. When he found out he was 1 burger short, he called 911 to report the missing McDouble. He should have called 911 after eating all those burgers. Donna Nichols. She called 911 on Hardee's because her hamburger was nasty. 21, and Adam Lanza. Adam Peter Lanza, April 22nd, 1992 to December 14th, 2012, was an American mass murderer and spree killer. In December 2012, he shot and killed his mother, Nancy Lanza, in their home in Newton, Connecticut. He then went to Sandy Hook Elementary School and murdered 20 students. He became one of the deadliest school shooters in history. I don't understand how that makes him a stupid criminal. I mean, yeah, he's stupid. And Nicholas Cruz on the list, another piece of shit murderer, but Chase Garner, another fucking weirdo, was arrested in 2017 for breaking into women's houses, taking pictures of their feet while they slept. It's fucking creepy. And stealing their underwear. David Neal, 24. He was a manager at a Nashville hotel when he got himself arrested for sneaking into a guest hotel room and taking sucking their toes. That's for the fucking feet people. George Bartswick. He was arrested back in 2009 for making out with 2 inflatable dolls in his car in public grocery parking lot. Thought we had free speech in this country. Freedom of expression. Oh man, and there's more articles. I could go on, but I will share that or save that for another day. Okay. I hope you enjoyed these dumb criminals. It's been interesting, to say the least, to go through these. But it is not an episode unless we have some Jake jokes. We're talking about a lot of trannies here. My sister is going to transition to a man when she gets back from her vacation. She's abroad at the moment. Just for the moment. Oh my. It's terrible. My wife said she was sick of my jokes about ghosts having sex with owls. Well, boo fucking who. Oh my. The best advice about condoms is to ensure they're never put on inside out. Otherwise, you'll rubber the wrong way. Sounds like something our genius criminals would do if they were smart enough to use protection. Well, that does it for another episode of Hard Time. So every view is a vote. Like I said, you can submit to me stories you'd like to see or people you'd like to see on the show. I need to coordinate a little better and decide and have some guests on again here soon, besides just my other half. But you enjoyed the last episode quite a bit, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the sequel as well. It's guaranteed to be 60% as good as the original. Guaranteed. Box office. All right. Well, Hard Time will return next week. Might be myself, might be John, might be a combination of us. You never know. Could have a guest on, maybe not. I don't plan that far ahead. But I need to batch record some episodes and have some stuff for you. So again, if you have any suggestions, my moniker is down here. You can find me at Instagram. You can instant message me. I'm at Jake Motherfucker Welder. And yeah, I'd like to hear what you like from Hard Time, what you like to hear, and where you listen to Hard Time. So maybe we'll do a live episode or something here, and we can get some comments from you guys. That would be kind of fun to do. I haven't done something like that in a while. So maybe we'll do like a Friday afternoon episode or something, or a Thursday night, which is what I'm usually recording. So if I've put it off till now. Well, I thank you all once again, our faithful regular listeners, and our welcome our newcomers. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let itself be known. And you can also join us on Spotify. It's a couple bucks a month and helps support the show. Keeps the lights on here at Hard Time. So if you feel like doing that, that would be great. And then, we have a little messenger group that we've added people to as well. The Hard Timers, kind of the OGs so far. Stick around and talk to each other about Hard Time and share memes and silly shit. So if you'd like to join that, send me information at Jake Motherfucker Boulder. Well, thank you once again. I'm rambling because I'm tired, and Hard Time will continue. From myself, I'm saying good night, Jake.